Welcome to Kolme Group's Clarizen Function in the Flash, where each episode we introduce you to a new Clarizen function and show you how to use it. Hi, I'm Kim Messenger, one of the founding partners of Kolme Group. I'm a certified PMP, and I've built and run project delivery organizations across the world. And currently, I'm configuring Clarizen and have been doing so since 2015.
Hi, and I'm Grant McAllister. I'm also a certified PMP with over 10 years project management and business analysis experience, and I love the power of a great formula in Clarizen.
Super, Grant. What are you going to be talking about today?
Today, we're going to be talking about the catch function.
That's a good one.
This function is used to catch and prevent runtime errors in your formulas.
Yeah, and this is a really handy function, which is sometimes a little underused. And you'll know if you need to take a look at your formulas and maybe consider using catch. If your users get errors in their business rules, you start to see errors in your logs. And especially if you see errors, a question mark, ERROR, capitals in formulas. These are all opportunities to use catch. Now, it doesn't make up for problems in your code, but it can catch certain exceptions and make your code run a whole lot cleaner.
That's right. Yeah, the syntax is really simple. You just put catch, open parentheses, include your expression, add the comma, and then put the result that you want to display if the expression does error out. And then you close it out.
Right. And it's almost like you just have your normal expression that you would have there anyway in your calculation or in your business rule. And then the error result is almost like a default action. If something breaks in the expression, then it will return whatever you have listed as an error result.
Yep. Okay. And here are a few examples that we're going to look at.
Yeah, I really like these examples, and we've got some things you're going to walk us through, but I especially like this first one because in Clarizen, if you say in this example, number 2 is 0 or it's null, the resulting calculation field can return error. It's question mark E error, and it's not really great to look at. It makes your users feel like there's a problem in the system when really it's a data problem. And so putting it in this catch will show nothing until you've got a valid number to calculate this expression.
That's right. And the other two are really simple reference to object catch examples, and we'll have a look at those as well.
All right, let's see what you got.
Okay, so here's a good example where I do have two formulas, one without catch and one with catch, and they're referencing these two numbers here. It's a simple division formula. So in this case, you'll see that it's dividing 10 divided by 5, and we get 2. And it's working because there's no error with that equation. Mm-hmm. But then once I come over here to my second number, if I make that a 0, you'll see the formula without catch is going to give me an error. And then the formula with the catch is just going to give me the null value.
Right. So it's trying to calculate 10 divided by 0, and it's saying it does not compute.
That's right. So the way we have that set up in Clarizen is I have my custom field here for without catch. And you'll see it's just doing the one number divided by the other number, but there's no catch formula. And then the other formula is here. This is the with catch formula, and you'll see that I have embedded the formula inside the catch parentheses with that null value.
There you go. It's really simple, and it keeps your UI nice and clean.
For this next example, I've enabled a simple workflow rule that will run whenever I change this first field. So here you'll see that I'm going to go ahead and do it. Let's go ahead and make that number 10 to 5, and we get an error. And
okay. And you're getting an error because it's trying to look up some data that's not there.
Exactly. So let's hop over and look at what it's looking for. Okay, so this is what the formula is looking for. It's basically looking for a parent value, and this project doesn't have a parent. So by looking at, it's basically looking, once that first number changes, it's going to display the parent value. There is no parent value, so I'm going to get an error.
Right. And one thing I'd like to point out is we actually see this quite a lot in customer configurations. You have a configuration and you're trying to pull data off of a related object, whether that is, I want to pull some data, maybe a project type off of a parent project, or I'm looking for data off of a related, a request object. And what happens is these workflow rules are the most frequent ones that cause errors to pop up for the user. We see most frequently in error logs, because if that related, in this case, if that related parent doesn't exist and I try to pull an attribute off of that parent, then I'm going to get an error. And what we have here is a way to keep that from happening. But right now, the error you just saw was because we're trying to pull data off of an object that it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. That's right. So now let's go ahead and flip over and enable it. So I'm going to turn that off and turn this one on. So now with the catch formula, the catch function, It's the exact same object here, parent, the parent, it's looking for the parent. And if it doesn't find the parent, it's going to display parent project not found in my description field. And we've set up a simple green masthead notification that will also display the same thing, so we can test this. Go ahead and click apply. And we'll go back and we'll try to run it again. So now when I change that first number, there it is. The catch function found it and it displayed that notification.
And then can we go back and try one more time, taking that catch function out?
Yep, let's try that. So right here.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and apply that. And then we'll go back and try one more time. And there's my error.
Okay, can you leave that up? So it says update field and the configuration named updating using catch. Field parent of object from class project is not empty. It's basically saying I can't get you the property off of that project because there is no parent project.
That's right. Okay, for this last example, I created a custom action that will create a new project. But before creating the project, it's going to ask the user for a template. It's a reference to object to a template. And if the user does not enter a template, it's very possible that the system could generate an error and fail to complete creating the project. So in this situation, I've created a catch function here that is basically saying if there's no template, go ahead and move forward, and it just says null. So
right, and so in this case you have null, but I could also set a default template. So if you don't choose a template, I can use, instead of putting null there, I could put a reference to a default template that we always use for every project, and we can force the use of that template using the catch.
That's right.
Let's give it a try.
Okay, so over here, I'm back on my project. I'm going to run this custom action, and I will just leave the template blank. And I'm going to go ahead and click OK. And it generates a new project. Okay, so here are a couple quick tips when using this function. The very first one here is that you use catch to avoid that error that you'll see, that question mark capital error in the formula fields and system errors in your business rules. And catch can also be used on a single reference to object as well as a full statement.
And that's catch. If you have questions on this function, hit us up on our website at kolmegroup.com. And if you found this video useful and you're ready to take your Clarism skills to the next level, check out the link below for Kolme University, or reach out for individual consulting and training for you and your organization. Thanks, Grant.
Thanks, Kim.